Yeah, one of the problems, isn't it? Pooh. Well, that was disgusting. I had a look on the bench, moved a couple of pots so I could have access to this one. Discovered an old snail shell, and it was full of dead, decomposing snail, and it stank, and I got it all over my hands. Oh my god. Shoot. Phew. No hanky to wipe it all. I've rinsed it off with a watering can to use my shot. I don't know how the volume is. If you're looking in, if you want to see the greenhouse, please leave a message to look. I'll show you around. And if the volume's a problem, please let me know. I know this is quite a sensitive microphone in the iPhone, but still I'm possibly talking too quiet. I don't want to annoy the neighbours with a loud chat through my greenhouse. So whoever's looking in, thank you very much for looking in. At present I'm charging the phone up with this. I don't know if that interferes with the microphone operation. Does it? Spice Girls, cheers. Yeah, spider. Big spider. Let's water something while I'm hanging about. Let's turn us round. And that one, the big Swiss cheese plant, I potted on, or potted up, I can never remember the proper term for it, into coir, compost made from coir husk from coconuts. So hopefully it will take to it. I also added that post, wooden stick, which I trimmed off from something in the garden, to give it something to hang on to. The recommended thing is a mossy pole for these things. And the mossy poles normally provided are ones which are actually plastic. Nobody wants to use plastic these days, do they? Plastic with netting, plastic netting holding moss onto it. I've just used an old stick from the laburnum, not laburnum, buddleia, a buddleia I cut back. It seems like a nice idea, but once I'd done it, I thought, well, that's going to decompose at the bottom, then sooner or later it will just rot and everything will fall over. However, that's something for the future. That's basil, the green one. It's handy for pizzas. Nice fresh basil. succulents, some cacti. These don't need much water. Chlorophytum, otherwise known as spider plant. That's a bryophyllum, that one there. Can't remember what this one's called. Maybe you'll know it. If you know what it is, please let me know. Schlumberger, Easter or Christmas cactus. I don't overdo it with the watering, especially with the cacti and succulents. They really don't need much to keep them happy. If you overwater them, then they are extremely unhappy. Right. There we go. Black grape vine, mainly grown for the attractiveness of it. Just looks good and it gives some shade. In retrospect, I wish I'd planted it over this end, because this is where the harshest of the sunlight comes in as the sun moves round. So that would have been the best place. Perhaps I should keep a main stem going from over there. Try and feed it over here so that it will provide the shade I want. At present I put up things like a polythene bag to stop some of the more tender plants being roasted alive by the sun. That's a thought. Could maybe take this one and make it a permanent feature over to that corner. I might just do that, that's a thought. This all needs cleaned up. This is a kind of potting tray, so use it for that. Of course, what do I use it for? I just put things in it, use up all the space, so I need to try and get rid of things. The problem is, when I do that, when I start clearing things up, I find things like these. This is Bryophyllum tubiflorum, and because they're starting to form roots, I think, we need to keep that and plant it. So I end up filling up a little pot, which takes up more bench room. And the same with some of these others, which I've cut back before. This thing was I'll show you the big stem of it, which is still here, of course, because I can't throw things out. This big stem here is commonly called cathedral bells. It's a succulent, and it flowered nicely. It was unusual, so I bought it in the supermarket because I'd never seen it before. And the flowers were interesting, they were like big oval green grapes, the kind you buy, which are rather oval rather than round. But I noticed that it started to form little bits that are tempting to use as cuttings. So of course I started making cuttings from it when I decided it was past its best. So I've got things like this, little bits from it. And I've started putting them in pots, like this one here. And this one here is actually thriving, I'm pleased to see. I hadn't really appreciated that until this minute. It is thriving. Look, we have new growth in the middle there. It's doing well. So hopefully once it gets to that kind of height, in the right conditions, maybe long enough days of sunlight, perhaps it will do the same trick as its parent did and give us lots of cathedral bells. There's more bits I could get for cuttings. See that there? I could get a cutting from that and from one over there. You see the trouble I have trying to clear up a greenhouse? I find other things to plant and I end up with no room. There's a Bryophyllum Mexican hat plant. Yeah, maybe talk more about those as a proper video. That'd be a nice thing to do. Anyway, I'm going to sit down again and quietly contemplate, as I said on my previous live stream this morning, which you can have a look at if you want. I'm charging the iPhone up with this just now. I don't know if that interferes with the sound. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Right, this is my greenhouse and I'm hoping anybody who's interested will ask me to show them around live. But until then, until somebody actually asks me, I'm just going to sit down and enjoy my oat milk with coffee in. Put this down again. Thank you for looking in, whoever's looking in. Thank you very much. If you're still there, where are you looking in from, out of interest? UK or somewhere else? Do you have a greenhouse? Can actually see. Cheers. Happy Sunday morning to you. nobody looking in. C'est la vie. How are we doing? Nobody around. Okay. Okay. Yeah, those of a certain age will remember these. And you've had this mug all that time since the 80s, is it? Right. Okay, nobody looking just now. I don't think anybody has dropped by even. Maybe a couple of people dropped by and away again pretty quickly. So I'm just going to pack up and actually do some work in this greenhouse until my wife gets back home. And then we'll do something else, probably wait for lunch. And I won't live stream lunch. I have done so before, but yeah, maybe not today. So thanks very much. I do the usual things. You could subscribe, would be helpful. Even more helpful, find my other channel. I'll leave a comment on this one with my other channel address. So please have a look at it. It's at Terry McGeary Scotland, and it's mainly hiking, travels abroad, cruises, various places, that kind of thing. So yeah, so please subscribe to this one and have a look at the other one, maybe subscribe to that as well. I'm trying to get up to 900 subs, and I've got about 20 or 15 subs to go to get to 900 on that other channel. This channel is just odd things which interest me, but are not really to do with hiking or anything for travel. It's odd things like this greenhouse. Okay, so thanks for watching this at any point at all, and leave a like, try to subscribe, look at the comments. Thank you. Have a good Sunday.